Hello, today I'm going to talk about the Coronavirus Job Retention Scheme and show you screen by screen how you enter the information on the HMRC website. First of all, I'd like to congratulate HMRC on the fantastic job they've done in putting this together at short notice so that we can all make our claims. It's a very stable system, it's a very good system, it's a little bit long-winded in the number of screens you have to work through, but they've done a fantastic job. So congratulations to HMRC and to the government for introducing this fantastic scheme where employers can claim back up to 80% of their wages. Coronavirus Job Retention Scheme, because I know that some of you have been struggling with how to actually do this and know which screens to work through. So I thought it'd be useful to do some screenshots, talk you through the information that goes on them. I'm not going to tell you how to do the calculations. I'm just going to tell you how the actual screens work and how they sort of follow on from each other. So let's get started. So first of all, obviously I want to acknowledge that these are government websites. They are the HMRC websites. So under the rights of the license, I am acknowledging that they are the government website. But as you can see, we are able to use them based on the licensing that you can see there. So when you first go to the HMRC website, you'll find a section which looks like this, which starts off with claim for wages through the Coronavirus Job Retention Scheme. That would be one place you could start from. Also, you can, if you sign on as an agent, things like that, you're going to work through these kind of screens. So you're going to start off with claim for the furlough employees' wages. As you can see, I've got a little blue arrow by that option on this particular screen. Then you actually click on one that says claim for wages, and that takes you through to another screen which then talks to you about how to actually do the process. And if you have more than 100 employees, you can actually submit it on a spreadsheet, which might be very useful because it does take a little bit of time to enter all the details one at a time. Then when you've done that, or when you're ready, you click claim, and then you can actually start the process. You sign on with your government gateway and your government gateway password. Then you go to access the Coronavirus Job Retention Scheme. Next, you have to accept and continue. Just for a couple of, just a little warning here that if you do leave it unattended for 15 minutes, you will be logged off and your information will be deleted. So make sure you have as many answers ready as possible before you sign in. And very occasionally, I only had this once, unfortunately the service becomes unavailable for whatever reason that might be, I don't know. Then we move on to this one, which obviously you have to answer yes to, because if you answer no, then you've got a claim. So you are furloughing an employee, yes. If you get stuck, you can ask HMRC a question through chat, or you can send them an email to ask them a question as well. With will the full amount of the claim be paid to the employees? They want this to be the case, so the answer is likely to be yes, and you'll click continue. Then, does the employer submit a company tax return? If they're a company, they obviously do. If not, then they are a sole trader or partnership. So it could be yes or no, depending on what they are. So you click appropriately and then continue. If you were a sole trader or partnership, then this would be the answers that you'd work through here. What is the name of the employer? So put in the name of the employer here and then click continue. In this section, you will need to tell us about the claim period. So that's what we're going to go on to next. Then we're going to put some dates in. In general, I believe that you can go for the current period and the next period. So most people will now be claiming probably to the end of April 1st and then have to make subsequent claims after that. You can then, you get a confirmation back of the period that you've claimed for, and you can click continue. How many of the employees have been furloughed? So you have to make a note of the number of employees. You will actually have to list their names and NI details at some point in this process as well. And here's that screen now. So you're going to give their names, you're going to give their national insurance numbers. If they have a payroll number, that's optional. And then you can click continue. Once you've done that, then you get a confirmation of the number of employees that have been furloughed. Then we move on to put the total values in. This is the total for all of the employees that have been furloughed from their gross, 80% of their gross pay, 80% of employers' national insurance, 80% of pension contributions up to the minimum level. And then click continue. What type of bank account is it? You can pay this into a personal bank account or a business bank account, so you need to click the appropriate one. If it was for a business bank account, these would be the questions that you would be answering. And then obviously you click continue. If it was a personal bank account, then you need to answer these questions and click continue. Then find the address associated with the employer's bank account. So you need to know the postcode for the bank account where they bank with. And if that doesn't work, then you have to key the address in. So you can find the address if you've got a postcode. It doesn't always find them. Who should we contact about this claim? You obviously put the name of the person you're doing the claim for so that they can be contacted should there be any issues, and click continue. Then you end up with a declaration. You get a summary page of everything you've entered. It doesn't list the employees, but it does list everything else. And there is a confirmation that the information provided is accurate. So we also need to screenshot this, and we actually send this to our clients so that they can sign it to say that they agree with the information that we are submitting. Then finally you get a claim submitted screen come back, which tells you your reference number and the amount of your claim. You need to take a screenshot of this. You can't print it very easily, so you need to take a screenshot, cut and paste it somewhere, and keep it for reference, because should you need to contact HMRC, you will need this information, and it will not be available unless you take a screenshot of it. After you've claimed, you need to tell the employees that you have claimed. They do not need to take any action, and you obviously pay your employees' wages if you have not already done so.